Hi. Do you ever wake up and think, I wish I could just, snap my fingers and be all cleaned up? Oh, okay. This isn't exactly what I meant. Well, a little overdone. This isn't what I had in mind at all. One more try? Oh, there we go. Okay, so much better. Okay, soft, cozy, okay, much more me. All right, well, welcome to Missy's Imaginings. I thought today we'd kind of sew and chat, and I have a project I've been working on that is still in progress. It's gonna take a long time, but I thought, I don't know, we'll just take a look at it, maybe work on it a little bit, and chat for a little bit. So we'll switch out the camera, and I'll show you what I'm doing, and then we'll go from there. So this is a project I started for the MiroDoll, a 70 centimeter female called Iris. If you go to MiroDoll.com and look at their doll called Iris, that's the name of her head sculpt, you'll find that the Orlando boy also has the very same head sculpt. So if you look at them and you think, why do they look so similar? Well, that's why. It is the same head. But on the girl, the head is put on the 70 centimeter rather than their regular shaped bodies. And it is a very heavy piece of resin. When she arrived, I was very impressed with how much resin is there. She's not very, hollowed out and very light, and she just feels like a big hunk of resin and very heavy. And I ordered one in blue, which I do have a video for that box opening, as well as the one in black resin that I ordered. And I'm not sure if I did a box opening for the one I ordered in normal skin. So I have the three, and I originally wanted to work on this gown for the blue one. And so it's a peacock gown, and I just kind of sketched out an idea of what I wanted and made the pattern pieces. And in my mind, I wanted to bead all of this. And so here I'm getting everything cut out for the over gown. And I picked, it's kind of a mesh fabric that's stretchy. So I'm not even sure what the name of this fabric is. If it's a lycra or a spandex, I don't know. It looks like tulle, but rather than being stiff, it's very, very soft and stretchy. And I liked it because later, you'll see in here, I went ahead and drew the peacock feather patterns onto my pattern pieces. And then because the fabric is like a mesh kind of netting stuff, you can see the pattern through the fabric. And so I can go ahead and see what I want to bead as I'm working on it. Another way, I guess, if you wanted to bead something else, you could use like a washable fabric marker and just draw the pattern onto your fabric and then bead it, and then once you're done, go ahead and wash it out. But I wanted just to be able to keep the fabric on the pattern pieces and use the actual drawings as a guide, because several of the pieces are, duplicated and flipped, and this way when I flip the pattern piece, the markings for the beading will be the same because it's the same piece. So anyway, I wanted to get all of this cut out, and then this was designed to go on top of a strapless gown. So that's another reason why I wanted it to be very sheer and be able to see through it. Also, I wanted to be able to see the blue resin of the doll's arms through the sleeves, so that the beading would be on the sleeves, and then once it's on the doll, you could still see the color of the doll's resin through the fabric. And so this overgown has like a long train in the back. I wanted it to resemble like a peacock, how their feathers, trail out for a long distance. But then the front of the gown on the skirt part is open because there's going to be the strapless gown underneath it. And it kind of has like an overlay swoosh kind of at the waist where the two sides cross each other and then go down into the skirt. And I had originally made the undergown a dark blue. It was just some fabric that I had, and I wasn't real happy with it. And there will be pictures of it at the end. And so I got that done and had started the beading, and then I wanted to see how it looked, and I wasn't real happy with it, with a combination of these colors and the blue resin of the doll. And so I kind of put it away for a while. Hadn't worked on it for a long time. And then I was, I lay at night and my mind goes through how to make patterns, what I'm designing for, projects that I still need to finish. And for some reason it came back to this project that I had kind of put aside. And I thought, what if I did that undergown in some gold fabric that I have? It's not totally gold. It's a white with a gold, almost like a chevron print in like a gold foil. And so I thought, yes, I think I would like that underneath the overgown better than that blue that I had chosen, because for one, it won't clash with the color of the doll, and it would work on either the blue, black, or normal skin resin colors. And so I kind of got re-inspired to use the white fabric with the gold metallic print on it. And so then I thought, okay, well, let's go ahead and get started again. So I have started beading more of the dress. And so I'm kind of back into working on the project. Here you'll see where the drawing on the pattern pieces does show through the fabric, so that I can see what it is I want to bead. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different kinds of beads that I'm using on the project. So the center of the peacock feather is a fairly large glass cut bead, and I wanted it to have lots of sparkle. And they're not like a solid blue, but they're kind of like a mystic topaz in that it reflects a few different colors. They're kind of coated with like an opalescence color on the blue, so that it's shiny and it's glittery, but it does have a little bit of other colors in it. Then around the big bead, I used gold seed beads to form like the center of the eye, as it were, on the peacock feather. And then I have a larger glass bead that is shaped kind of like the seed beads, but they're bigger, for the stalk of the feather. or the quill, whatever you would call that. And so that's kind of what I'm putting in now. And then to do the actual feather part, I'm using just seed beads, the little tiny glass beads. So the colors are kind of a mixture. I didn't choose a solid blue color, but used a mixture of beads because what I had in stock, I didn't know that I would have enough to complete the dress, because as you saw, all those big long pieces that I cut out, they all need to be beaded. And so I wanted to be able to restock, as it were, when I ran out. And so I knew if I chose one flat color, then chances are when I go to buy more, I won't be able to find it. So it's a mixture of colors in like blues and turquoise blues, light blues, even some greenish blues, and they're just all, and dark blue, of course, and they're all mixed together. So that's why you can see in the tray, it doesn't look like one solid color, because it isn't. It's several colors all mixed together. That way I can buy a mixture or 3 or 4 colors and dump them all together and mix them up. And it'll maintain the same look, so that I can have access to the right things to finish the project. The drawing that is showing now is I did the gown, and then I thought, well, I want another complementary look, and so I did a little look with a little mini skirt and like a long sleeve shirt and then a vest, and the vest would be beaded with the same peacock design. I know that the vest outfit is already on the website, and I have to go look. I don't know that I ever posted the gown. I think I wanted to see how it would turn out first. I don't think I posted it, but I'm not entirely sure. I have so many patterns on there. I should keep a running compilation of what I've posted, but I know that the short skirt and the vest and the long sleeve shirt, I know that pattern set is on the website for the 70 centimeter doll. I don't know how they would fit other dolls, just because she is very tall. She does not have a large bust. It's just kind of a small to medium bust in comparison with her size and her measurements. And she doesn't have a real defined waist. So I'm not sure how this pattern would fit other dolls, but anyway, it's on there. So I have these 2 looks that have the peacock design. So I still have to come up with one more look to complete the triplet set, because all 3 dolls will be kind of a grouping with the different peacock design theme throughout, even though, you know, they're not all ball gowns or whatever. So I think the 3rd pattern set will probably be like a very loose pant and maybe a long coat that will be a little bit flowy. That's kind of what I have in my brain, but I haven't gotten that far yet. So that would be the 3rd look. And then since they all have the same face, their makeup will be kind of another thing that ties them together, and I've already started experimenting on what wigs I want. So it's still very much in the infant stages as far as a project. But it's moving again, thankfully, just with the idea of changing out the blue gown for the gold one. I just think it'll look a lot better. You can see how sheer that fabric is, and so yeah, I think it'll look good being able to see the doll piece, the resin through it. And the end of the skirt is kind of scalloped once you get it put together. The pieces are very round, and I also found that on this fabric, because it doesn't fray at all, it's like an elastic, meshy type fabric, I don't have to worry about hemming it. So I don't remember if I hemmed the sleeves or not. Oh, I'm kind of behind the game on that, but I don't think I have to worry about trying to hem the bottom of those scallops. I can just leave it lay, I think. Of course, it's been a while since I did this part. But anyway, so I was working on getting that all put together, and so that all the pieces would be already in place, and I don't have to worry about fitting my seam allowance and beads under the foot of my machine. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at the actual dress. You can see on the first photo how it it stays open. Excuse me. And then the middle one is with the gown underneath, and then the last one is where the back will be put together, and it'll have an opening. So as you can tell with that blue, the gown was more of a, I don't know, like a purpley indigo color, and the mesh is a very distinct like navy, so it just kind of clashed. And then her resin color is it's not quite the shade I was expecting it to be, so I was kind of having to work around that. But I think the gold will look better. I think the beading will be highlighted better with the gold skirting, and then once the beads are on, the weight of them will help that fabric kind of fan out more, and so that it'll look more like a peacock tail. But so yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. The center one, you can see her little top knot of hair sticking out there, and a little crown I just stuck on there to kind of experiment with some looks. But that's kind of the project and how it's going thus far. And so I'll kind of keep you posted as we move forward, and if it does turn out, successful, then we'll go ahead and probably put this on the website as well. But like I say, I just kind of wanted to experiment and see if it would work and have a project to take me through the winter. So thanks for taking a look with me and chatting for a bit, and kind of listening to me ramble on. And I'll go ahead and sign off for now, and see you next time. Bye.